All right, on August 6, 2011, member of the Navy's SEAL Team 6 Gold Squadron, Chief Aaron Carson Vaughn, gave the ultimate sacrifice when the Taliban shot down a Chinook helicopter carrying 30 U.S. service members in Afghanistan. It was the deadliest day in SEAL Team 6's history. As we near closer to the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks, we remember and pay respects to our brave men and women who answered the call to protect our homeland. To kick off our Warrior Week special series, we're joined by Billy and Karen Vaughn, Gold Star parents to fallen hero Aaron Vaughn. Billy and Karen, thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Sean.
Karen, I just want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about Aaron. Why did he want to join the Navy? You know, to become a SEAL takes a lot of determination, a lot of perseverance, and you got to be pretty tough.
Yeah. He, from the time he was 8 years old, he told anyone who would listen that one day he was going to be a Navy SEAL. And he lived that dream, overcame some unimaginable odds to do it. A torn ACL in his left knee twice, not once, but twice. Second time, it couldn't be repaired. And the doctors told him that he would never be able to do anything physical again without the use of a special brace. And 9/11 happened, and Aaron just said, I've always known this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing it. And on his 21st birthday, he stopped by the Navy recruiter's office on his way home from work and joined the SEAL Challenge program. And of course, as you know, made it all the way to SEAL Team 6, the most elite fighting force the world has ever known.
You know, Billy, Aaron lost his life in that tragic Chinook helicopter crash. He was shot down by the Taliban. You've said that your son's death was a negligent, reckless loss of life, and there is actually a documentary called Fallen Angel coming out about that specific crash. Tell us about those comments and also about this film.
Well, the rules of engagement. It's in the documentary. You kind of caught me off guard there with that question. It was the rules of engagement under the Obama administration, and Joe Biden had outed the Navy SEALs. There was no pre-assault fire that night when they went in, and by the way, they weren't going in to protect the Rangers. The Rangers were already through with their operation. That's not true. They were on a standalone mission. And what was the second part of your question, Lindsay? I'm just a little bit lost here.
Yeah, I want to know about this specific documentary that's coming out. I know that it details some of the things that you were saying, that this was negligence on the part of the government.
Well, in the documentary, it'll show evidence of a cover-up, the black box that the government said was washed away in the flood for over 2 years. They said that, and then Gary Reed, Deputy Secretary of Defense, said there was no black box. And the film will show that two men who have flown that chopper at different times both said that there was a black box, an audio recorder on there, that when they flew the chopper, and one of them less than a week before the chopper was shot down.
Where can we see this documentary?
You can go to salemnow.com. Actually, if you want to go directly to it, just watch.salemnow.com.
Okay. I want to follow up. This past week, I know from talking to folks, has been very difficult for people who served, who had family members that have served, who lost a loved one, about the way we've withdrawn from Afghanistan. Karen, you know, I look at this very clearly. You know, these men and women kept terror off our homeland. They succeeded in their mission. What do you think the last week has done to that legacy?
I think, I try to be very careful when I address this because, yes, for 20 years, little girls in Afghanistan got the taste of freedom. People in Afghanistan got a taste of what it felt like to be free, something they would learn to fight for or something they would learn to desire. America's soil was kept safe for 20 years. 20 years, generation was raised under the brave men and women who fought. And I know, speaking to a lot of people in the Gold Star community, we are devastated at this withdrawal, the course of it, everything we've seen right up to leaving Americans and Afghan allies in Afghanistan. We've been horrified. I know our sons and daughters who gave their lives in that godforsaken country would feel the same way and feel like they're fighting and their lives were worth nothing. And especially one thing is when they let all of those prisoners go. I would just like to say to every military leader who allowed that to happen without bombing the crap out of those people running out of those prisons, our sons and daughters died capturing those men. They died, they gave their lives capturing those men, and you set them free. And we are right back to 9/10/2001. That's where we are now on American soil.
You know, Billy, as we're set to look to the 20th anniversary of 9/11, just in a few short days here, what's your message to other Gold Star families out there, especially the 13 lives that were just lost in Afghanistan?
So my message to them would be, I can't even say that I know how you feel, families. All I can say is I'm sorry for your loss, and I can say that it should have never happened. Your sons and your daughters were put in a place where there was no force protection. Laws were broken. American laws were broken right there. Our forces are supposed to be in a position where they can protect themselves. They were put in a place where they couldn't even defend themselves. And this president needs to be held accountable. I don't know what can be done. I don't trust Congress to do anything with him. I would ask Gold Star families across this country and American citizens and veterans to stand and unite and find a way to remove this president and the generals that are responsible for what took place in Afghanistan, one thing after another, with the servicemen being killed, with us leaving Afghanistan like we did, with us leaving weapons there for the enemy that now has used, as you've heard, to wipe out the Northern Alliance. Just one thing after another that generals know better to do. And
Billy,
Biden, who's
we got it. Billy, unfortunately, I've got to go. I want to thank you and Karen for sharing your story, for Aaron's service. God bless you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.